Wild world of legality never stops and is constantly changing, so we need some experts to keep us informed. Julissa Ortiz caught up with her friends at Del Rio and Caraway to get the latest in the land of law.
And for your sidebar this morning, we'll start with this. Automakers will soon have to add technology to detect the possibility of drunk driving. And this could happen as soon as 2026. Of course, we go to the professionals, the gentlemen that might know a little something to help us out understand the legal ramifications of some of this. We've got Del Rio and Caraway. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right. So I know we're exploring this topic still. It's very new. What kind of legal ramifications could there be out of this?
So this is an interesting proposition because as part of Biden's new budgeting proposal, he's telling the Department of Transportation that they need to choose what would be the technologies they want essentially automakers to add by hopefully 2026 to passively detect impaired drivers and then shut down some functionality of the vehicle if it's detected. So there's a lot of things this could bring up. I mean, one, the hopeful outlook is, of course, is that you reduce the number of drunk drivers on the road and that makes a major impact on, everybody's safety and health and wellness. The other side is going to be really what is this technology and who becomes responsible for how this technology works, if it works, what are the fail-safes, what about false positives. So this is going to put a certain interesting level of potential liability on the automakers or those who invent this technology. If it's an outside company that gets put into it, there's going to be a lot that's going to need to look into in terms of the legal analysis. Of course, it's also being federally mandated. So there's going to be a requirement to put this in, but what if it doesn't work or doesn't work as it's expected to? What if it triggers and in the middle of the freeway, you're going 65 miles an hour and it shuts the car down and causes an accident? So there's going to be a lot that's going to be needed to be looked into, but this is a very progressive kind of, outlook of what's the next safety feature our vehicles need. No one's going to doubt that it's a good idea overall.
Right.
It's just really what are the practicalities.
Okay. All right. No doubt we'll be following that along as we continue to learn more. All right. Our next topic this morning, we, of course, have all heard about the concert, the Astroworld that happened in Texas that turned deadly. We're still learning more information as the weeks go on. Certainly as many as 8 people, I believe, killed in this incident, several injured. So now we want to know, there's still fallout from this, right? Travis Scott, what kind of legal, he's already got some lawsuits against him. What is he facing at the moment?
So right now, you were correct. They've already filed a lawsuit against him. I think they're claiming $750 million in damages. I think that's for 125 people that were injured and is somewhere between 8 and 10 people that were killed as a result of this. But you're right. You have to determine whether or not there's legal ramifications to Travis Scott. You're going to have legal ramifications for the ticket sales because there's something called privity, which is contract relationship between them. But it's going to be more ambiguous as to whether or not he's directly liable. One of the key facts here, though, is that once this incident started, once people started being injured, there's estimates that basically people were continuing to be injured for up to 37 minutes while he continued to play. So you're going to have to make the determination on whether or not he knew or reasonably should have known that people were being injured. And it's going to be hard to prove. But one thing that's pretty damning in this case is that his girlfriend actually posted a video scanning the crowd, and there's an ambulance in the crowd right in front of him that he can see that's rendering aid to these people, and he continues the concert while this is happening. So I think it's likely that he's going to be found to have some liability in this.
When you got it on video, hard to dispute that.
Exactly, yes.
All right. Thank you both very much for your insight this morning. Again, always great to touch base with you. That is your sidebar this morning with Del Rio and Caraway.
Thanks, Sue.